This is a good indication of why you should always have a utilization cage on your food plots. Inside the cage I have knee-high beans, nice looking peas, there's some buckwheat down there. There's no sunflowers, but in some places I do have, oh, there's a sunflower over at the edge. We put an electric fence around this guy 3 weeks ago because I considered it a failing food plot. We wanted to keep the deer off of it. The deer's still getting in here and nipping my peas off, nipping my beans off.
Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? We're some real pretty shit now, man.
You finished?
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
It's really hard for a bean to turn into anything once you take the terminal growth off of it. So in hindsight, what I should have done was to put the fence up immediately right after I planted it. The other thing that I'm going to do next time is go with an awnless wheat. This wheat is set in seed already. And I put a bushel of oats on just now. So if we get some rain, that might germinate, and some of this wheat might start to germinate later in the fall. And I'll be replanting this. Here's a sunflower. That'll make a sunflower eventually. Another month that'll take off and make a pretty flower. This will look nice. You got thistle. We've been mowing the heads off of the thistles so they don't go to seed. Don't want them to take over. Just over the ridge we got 2 inches of rain yesterday and we got nothing here. It's desert. So we need some rain. And I think that some of this stuff will probably germinate. Buckwheat never really, spring planted buckwheat. That's about it. I mean, deer don't care about it that much. And so if I were to plant it now, when it's hot, it would probably take off. And in a month, it would be a pretty good sized plant. And it is good for the soil. So if you do have food plot failure, buckwheat, sorghum Sudan, things that'll grow in some hot weather, drill them in and get a cover on for summer. And then fall, you can terminate that and put your fall cover crop on. This I think is more sunflower. So we're going to go with awnless wheat, peas obviously, since they're doing well. In September we'll plant those. See, that's a Austrian winter pea. It's about a foot, 15 inches tall. Some of them are actually starting to make flower. And they like to climb up these stalks of wheat. This is a field that also has my cover crop mix in it. And as you can see, there's a lot of foxtail coming in here. This field was sprayed, then it was burned down, so there's nothing growing. Then it was tilled, then planted. And as you can see, when you till, you make a pretty good seed bed and bring a lot of seed to the surface and create a situation where you can have grass or whatever weed is giving you a problem. In this case, it's foxtail. However, I think it's going to be all right. We have a pretty good stand here. There's sunflower coming along nicely. The dwarf Essex rape is coming along very nicely. We've had a lot of rain this year, so that's doing well. Normally, when you plant brassica in hot weather, you get these shot hole feeders that will eat up your brassica leaves. And even though we have some feeding going on, they still look okay and deer can eat that. Not a lot of deer pressure on this farm, so a field this size, it's free to grow. I don't see any deer pressure at all here. Along with the stuff I planted, there are some deer preferred weeds. There's lamb's quarter in here. There's a lamb's quarter. And some other things. And it's good. It's a good green cover to save soil, build organic matter, which you need. And I think it's going to look great in August. It's only the second week of July right now. And given another month, this is going to look really sweet. I'm anxious to see how it turns out. We're out at Ag Progress Days at Penn State University. They let me use this field to experiment with. So stay tuned. I'll come back here the week of August 10th and do tours if you want to stop out. We're going to do some habitat tours and check out how it looks. Be sure and hit the like and subscribe button and click on the bell so you'll be notified when there's a new video. And comment down below and let me know if there's anything you'd like to know more about.